Hello everyone, my name is Mike and this is Matrix to Paradise. This channel I created to document my journey from the Matrix, which happens to be a truck driving job for me right now, to my paradise, which is going to be going overseas, particularly Southeast Asia to start with, and documenting my adventures over there. Learning about cultures and new languages and foods and all kinds of stuff. So that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Anyhow, yesterday I talked to you from Ottawa, Kansas. I took off from there this morning in Kansas. Ottawa is just about, 40, 50 miles outside of Kansas City on the Kansas side. So I drove up and went to a place called Lenexa, Kansas, which is just a satellite city around Kansas City on the Kansas side. And I was live unloaded this morning for the partial load that goes there. And then the rest of this load is going to a place, can't talk straight, to a place called Plymouth, Minnesota, which is a satellite town of Minneapolis. So I took off from there after I was unloaded with the stuff that they had to unload, and I drove all the way up here to a place called Albert Lea, Minnesota. And this is the Loves at Albert Lea, Minnesota. Just parked over here in front of the fuel lanes. There's the Catskills right there. There's the Loves over there. Here's parking lot. And believe it or not, there's a few spots in here left, and it's 4:30 now. It's filling in. When I came in, there was my spot and two other spots to that side of me, and those two spots are now filled in. So people are starting to come in here and fill up all the spots. So I got here at the right time to get a spot, because when it starts filling in, people are done driving for the day. It fills in quite quickly. It's all over with. I mean, you got to get into some places. Now, this place, I've been here before. I've slept over here before. This is pretty much the halfway point between Des Moines and Minneapolis. So I've been here before and stopped here before and slept overnight here, but I haven't been up here in a while, so I couldn't really gauge what this was all about up here as far as what time I got in here. So I wanted to get in here early enough, and I could see I got in here just in time. So but some other places, I know that you have to get there early, and I'm usually make a point of getting in there early, because that's the one big, one huge hassle about driving a tractor trailer is trying to find a place to park it at night so you can go to sleep. And you'll see a lot of guys, most people make it to the truck stops and fill them in, but some guys don't even care. They'll drive until their clock runs out, and they'll park on the off ramps and rest areas. Now, I've parked in a rest area before. I don't like parking in a rest area, because there's no security there. I mean, like here at Love's, there's cameras all over, and it's lit up, and it's 24/7. There's people coming in and out of here. So, you come into a Love's or some of those places. I only go to Love's, so I only know Love's. But you come into a Love's, and you're pretty protected as far as any kind of criminal activity going on, because, like I say, there's cameras and it's lit up crazy, and there's other truckers around, and there's traffic going right through. So I mean, like right here, I'm right by the fuel lanes, and there's always people in the fuel lanes. I mean, you can get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's going to be people in the fuel lanes over there, so getting fuel. So that's why I don't like parking in rest areas and on the side of the road, or in on an off ramp or an on ramp or something like that. I don't like that stuff. I don't like parking in those places. And No, and there's too much that can go wrong. I mean, you're not legally parked, really. I mean, the cops don't usually mess with you, but if something were to happen, somebody were to run into you, it'd be your fault, and then your career is over and all that. Why deal with that? So I just plan out my trips, which, like I said before, planning your trips is very important because you want to get there to your destination on time, and you don't want to waste time doing silly stuff, and you want to know exactly where you're going to stop that night. So you want to make a plan for that and make an alternative in case you go there and it's packed full or something, because sometimes I've gone to places like the place I went to in Kansas yesterday. I got there at noon and there was like 2 spots open in that whole place. Now there wasn't a whole lot of truck parking in there. It was probably 35 spots, maybe that many. That's not many spots at all. And but 12 noon, you'd think that people would be gone and be driving at noon. I mean, I just happened to run out of, I didn't have any place else to go. My destination was just up the road, and I could stay all night. But I was lucky to get a spot even at noon. So some places you got to watch out. I mean, you got to get in there at a certain time, or you're shut out, and you're looking around for parking. So I was thinking about going to Minneapolis because there's a Love's on the north side of Minneapolis. That's a new one, and it's not in the line of travel usually. I mean, it's on the road that's going up towards Duluth, and there's not a whole lot of trucking going up that way. So I was thinking about going to that Love's up there, but I was like, nah. There's only 87 spots in there, and nobody had. There's an app called Trucker Path, and Trucker Path lets you enter how many spots are left. If there's a lot of spots left, some spots left, or it's totally full. And usually I use that thing all the time, so I put in the input so people know that there's spots here wherever I'm at. And the Trucker Path for the place up there in Minneapolis hadn't been reported on for the last 3 or 4 hours. And I was just like, I don't want to risk it, go up there and then get stuck and not be able to find a place to park, And so I just said to heck with it. I'm just going to drive up. Because right now I'm about 100 miles south of my destination where I'm going, 100 miles. So that's an hour and a half. I've got to drive up there in the morning. And my appointment's at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm really not happy about a 6 o'clock in the morning appointment, but it is what it is. So I got to do it. So I'll have to leave here probably about 4 o'clock, no later than 4 o'clock, because to get up there in time. And of course, tomorrow's a Tuesday, so there's going to be city traffic in Minneapolis. So hopefully I can get up there, by 5, and it's an hour and a half up there. So by the time I get up into the city, I only have a little bit left to go. So then I have to go, as soon as I get unloaded there, then I have to drive over to Wisconsin and pick up a load there. And I believe I'm going to have to get some mileage tomorrow to be able to make it to Fort Worth for, I think it's Thursday I got to be there. So Thursday, yeah. So I pick up tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and I have to be in Fort Worth on Thursday. And that's like 1,200 miles. So I have to get some mileage in tomorrow to make it happen. So we'll see what happens. It'll work out fine. But anyway, that's where I'm at. And I'm in Minnesota. And it is cold here. I couldn't believe it. When I left Kansas this morning, I think it was probably about 59 degrees, 58 degrees, somewhere in there. And then it warmed up pretty quickly by the time I got out of that live unload. I think it was around 75 degrees, I think. Well, I just got out of the truck up here. Now I'm just across the border, about 10 miles across the border from Iowa. And I was down in Iowa, about halfway between the border and Des Moines, getting fuel in Williams, Iowa. And I stopped there to get fuel, and whew, the difference was huge. From 75 in Kansas to 48 degrees in northern Illinois, or northern Iowa. So it's getting cold up here. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna have to bust out the coat and the hat soon. So anyhow, but I'm just pumped because it's almost Christmas. I mean, it's gonna be Christmas here in a few weeks. It's good. Well, Thanksgiving first, but then Christmas is right around the corner. Then New Year's, and then poof, we've only got a couple more months of winter left, and we're heading into the spring, and that's getting closer and closer to my time to get out of here and go do my thing. So I'm happy. It's rolling along. I decided today that I'm going to get a Christmas card and buy like a gift card for my fleet manager, my asset manager, they call him in Cree. I'm going to get her a gift card. She's been absolutely wonderful to me, and I'm just going to reward her with a gift card. She could take, her and her husband can go out to eat or something. I'll buy one of those that are like, not specific for a store. I'll buy one that's just got money on it. I'm trying to think of what I should give her. Should I give her $50 or $100 or, what should I do? A card, and then, I'll send a gift card in there. Tell her that, I'm very appreciative of her taking care of me, in her work. I'm really happy with that. So she deserves it. And then she could take her husband out and they can go have dinner. And it'd be on me. That'll be cool. So I'm going to do that. As soon as I get back to Phoenix, I'm going to go back to Phoenix on the 15th of December. So that's what we're looking at. Having a good time and sending out Christmas cards sending out a Christmas card to my fleet manager. She's been really good. Anyway, that's all I got for now. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you know anybody who likes this content, please pass it along to them. And I will talk to you guys again on Wednesday. Wednesday, I should be somewhere, probably in Oklahoma. That's what I'm thinking. If everything goes well and I get this load hooked up and down, going south, I should be, I believe, in Oklahoma somewhere on Wednesday, and then deliver on Thursday, because I believe I'm delivering to, let me see where I'm delivering to on that one. That one I am delivering to, yes, Fort Worth. So I'm going to Fort Worth, Texas. I think I already said that. I can't remember a thing. I mean, this job is like, every day you have new facts going into your head about this load or another load, or times, appointments, dates, weights of your load. You just have so much information passing in and out of your brain that you discard. My brain is good at discarding stuff that doesn't need to be retained. So, until I have to worry about it. Now, I don't have to worry about where my next load is going until tomorrow. So it's hard for me to retain that knowledge, even though I've already read it. So anyway, it's fun. I'm having a great time. Anyway, thanks all for watching, and I will talk to you again on Wednesday. Take care now. Bye.